Please describe your job title and primary duties.
My primary duties with Toys R Us, I started off as a sales associate during the seasonal period, which is generally where they start getting their permanent employees, and I worked my way up to a customer service representative for them.
What was the work environment like?
It was fun because it was during the holidays, and it was busy, but we had a lot of fun. We were open 24 hours at that point in time, and third shift, believe it or not, does get busy, and it was actually fun.
What was your favorite part about working there?
The third shift duties. I was one of the very few who actually liked working third shift, and that's where I started, and that was one of the fun things that we had there.
Oh. Please describe a typical day as an employee.
A typical day for a normal day shift employee was obviously you would come in, clock in, they would assign you in a particular area of the store, and that was the area that you helped customers, you kept it clean, put things back on shelves. If they got busy, they would call for you to come up and run the registers at that point, but that's pretty much the typical.
How would you describe the application and interview process?
The application interview process with them is a little more in detail because they will do a psychological test, they will do a math test, and then they will also do a credit background check for whatever godly reason that is. And they will put you through all of that. You'll do the first interview with the math test and one manager. Then they will call you back for the second interview where they'll do the psychological testing, and then they will offer you the job at that point. And then they'll do the credit score after they've already offered you the job, conditionally based on that.
What questions did the interviewer ask during the job interview?
At the first, obviously, they want to know your name, where you live, what type of background you have, if you have any experience with it. The big thing in Ohio is if you've ever been convicted of any felony or any theft charge, they want to know that up front. They don't necessarily not hire you based on that, but depending on how long ago it was, they could bar you from that. They want to know if you're willing to work weekends, holidays, night shifts, if they can call you in, and with it being seasonal, because that's where they hire everybody at, is through their seasonal pool. They want to make sure that you're willing to stay throughout the season, because come January the 11th, when they start doing inventory, is when they'll make the decision whether or not you get to stay. And if you're willing to do as they ask you, you will become a permanent employee at that point in time.
What other advice would you give to a job seeker looking to get employment?
The big thing is the customer service representatives will look over your application first before they pass it on. Do not come in there dressed in shorts, t-shirts, tank tops. Do not ask them to borrow a pen. Take your own with you, because that'll be the first sign. I've had managers, well, did they bring their own pen? No. Right in the trash. How did they look? How was their personality? Did they look like they were high? Were they nice dressed? And then the managers will get a feel from you what your thoughts are before they even look at that application.